this is Coach John Tubiolo, and welcome to another video seminar on YouTube. This one about goals, why goals are so important to us, how to set goals, what the category of goals are, and the types of goals that we need to have in our lives. Sit back for the next few moments, grab that pencil and paper, and get ready to write down some interesting and strategic ways on how to set goals.
So why are goals important? Because goals give us direction. It lets us know where we're going and where we've been. It is the roadmap to our lives. They give us motivation. It keeps us going forward. It provides us with purpose. It lets us know what we're working toward. And it gives us inspiration. When we fulfill our goals or achieve our goals, we get fulfillment. And then it creates a desire to obtain more. Goal setting is an ongoing thing. It doesn't mean that once we achieve something, we're done. We can always set new goals, higher standards, reach for different levels. Now understand that there are three types of goals. Long-term goals, those are the things we want to accomplish within 10 to 20 years. Short-term goals, the goals we want to accomplish within 6 months to 2 years. And immediate or daily goals. Those are the goals we need to accomplish right now. The things in our lives that need to be done right now. Why do we need immediate goals and short-term goals in addition to long-term goals? Because we need to be filled with a sense of accomplishment. And that's what immediate goals and short-term goals do. Always remember, though, that the reward should never outweigh the accomplishment. If you get a pay raise at work for $1 to $2 more an hour, don't run out and buy a $70,000 sports car. The reward will simply outweigh the accomplishment. That $70,000 car needs to be more part of your long-term goals, not your immediate or short-term goals, unless within 2 years you're going to be making the money to be able to afford that car. So make sure that when you accomplish your goals, your rewards don't outweigh the accomplishment. Now, before we start going and setting goals, we need to remember that goals must be smart. They need to be specific. Define what it is that you want to achieve. Define it down to its minute detail. If it's a car, define the type of car, the color. What kind of interior will it have? What kind of radio will it have? The type of tires, the engine. Define that goal to where you can see it in your mind. Visually be able to feel and see and touch that goal. If you need to, go out and experience what it is that you want. And that way, you really get an idea of what it is that you want to achieve. Second, goals need to be meaningful. Will it keep your interest and motivate you to achieve it? What does it mean to you? Third, it's got to be relevant. What does it have to do with your life? Does it have purpose for you? Or is it someone else's goal? And you're just trying to fulfill their life goals or their dreams. Last, they need to be trackable. Goals must be trackable. Can you show that you're making progress toward it? If you can't, how will you know where you are in achieving that particular goal? So before you start writing down your goals, remember, goals need to be smart. Let's now move into the categories of goals. I believe there are 4 categories of goals that everyone should try to accomplish in their lives. First is personal. We need to have personal goals. Second, financial goals. Third, professional goals. And fourth, spiritual goals. Now, we'll get into a little bit more about how spiritual goals need to be there, but understand that it's important and critical that we have these 4 areas of goals. Think of it, as you will, like a table. The more legs you have underneath this table supporting the table, or the more pillars you have supporting the foundation of your house, the more stable your house will be. So what are some of the things that we need to put under personal? Type of home that we're going to have, the vehicles we want to drive, the type of family that we are going to be, spouse, what kind of spouse will you marry, the children, how many will you have, where will they be educated, your health, your fitness, the type of education you're going to need, friendships that you'll have, that you'll continue to keep in touch with, those people that you went to high school with, college with, travel, where do you want to go, what would you like to see, and the luxuries that you want in your life. Financial goals. How much money will you have in savings? What will be your investments? What kind of credit cards are you going to have? The type of income that you desire and the type of debt that you want to have in your life. All of these subcategories will fall under financial. Then we move into the professional goals. Do you want to own a business? What type of education will you have? Will you go to medical school, law school? Will you go to be a stockbroker, real estate school? What kind of company do you want to work for? What kind of position will you want to hold within that company? Do you want the corner office or just a cubicle? Sales you want to make. If you're a salesperson, setting goals is critical. What are your daily sales, your weekly sales, monthly, and yearly sales goals? You need to set those so you know where you stand and what you need to accomplish in order to reach your long-term goal. What kind of income do you potentially want to aspire to? And last, spiritual. Will you find a church? Will you have a relationship or find God? Will you build a relationship with a higher power than yourself? Whatever spiritual means to you, you need to fulfill that spiritual side or that spiritual part of you. Because if you don't, you'll walk around with this emptiness. So fill that spiritual side. Regardless of what it means to you, make sure you set and fill those spiritual goals. So what now? Now that we've broken those categories down into subcategories, it's time to start writing your goals down. Remember to keep them specific. Then you need to keep those goals close. Close enough to where you can review them often. Every single day, look over your goals. Let others around you know what your goals are. Build a support group so they can help you and they can ask the question, are you moving toward those goals? And lastly, take action in your life and work toward that which you ultimately desire. You know, recently, while watching the Olympics, I saw an interview with Michael Phelps, and the interesting thing about it was they asked him about his goals and what he had accomplished. He said that every day he gets up in the morning and on his nightstand is a copy of his goals, be them long-term, short-term, or immediate. He has copies of his goals sitting there on his nightstand. And before he does anything else, he reviews those goals so that he knows what his plan is for that day. He reviews them during the day and at night. So he reviews them often and isn't afraid to take action on the immediate goals that will pay off to his short-term goals and that ultimately will lead him to his long-term goals.